evening, everyone. Sorry for we're a little bit late, but can we all please stand for the flag salute?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act of the State of New Jersey, notification of this meeting has been sent to our official newspapers, posted on the Borough website, and notice posted at Borough Hall and filed with the Borough of Dumont. Council members Aponte. Here. Kelly.
Here.
Korolakis is absent. LaBarbera.
Here.
Morel is absent. Stewart.
Here.
Mayor Russell.
Here. Okay, can I have a motion to accept the agenda as presented?
So
Motion.
moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve the August 21st, 2024 public meeting minutes?
So moved. Second.
Council members Aponte.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
LaBarbera.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to move on to our reports now. I have a short one today. So I'm going to start off with Dumont Day. It was a very great day. We had a beautiful day. Can't ask for a better day than that, especially compared to last year. So I'd just like to say some thank yous here. I'd like to thank Tony Cuomo and the Rec Commission for setting it all up. I'd like to thank Captain Lizette and the Dumont PD for doing a great job keeping everyone safe. Anthony Schiraldi and the DPW, they did a great job. Anthony especially, he was doing DJ duty and he wasn't even working, so that was, thank you very much, Anthony. I'd like to thank the Ambulance Corps for being there and keeping everyone safe. Dumont Fire Department for being there and doing their demonstrations. Also, all the Borough Hall staff for helping at the recycling booth. And all the organizations who participated, the Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts, Shade Tree Commission, the Elks, Knights of Columbus. And thank you to all the vendors. And thanks to all the council members who were also there all day. Thank you very much, guys.
And the library and the Board of Education, they were there as well.
And the Library and Board of Education, true. Sorry, I forgot those. It was a great day had by all. I think everyone had a great time. And looking forward to next year. I would also like to remind everyone about the next upcoming event is the Street Fair on October 5th. It's going to be on Madison Avenue from 12 to 7. So please come out and support our borough businesses. And hopefully it's going to be a yearly thing, and hopefully next year it'll be bigger. So that's it for me tonight, and I'm going to turn it over to the council reports. Councilwoman Aponte.
Thank you, Mayor Russell. I do not have an official report tonight on DPW. I'm sure Mr. Tenkate will cover anything that I was, we overlap all the time, but I'll leave it to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Aponte. Councilman Kelly.
Good evening. On the Joint Land Use Board, there was no meeting on August 22nd due to no agenda and no applications. The next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, September 24th at 7:30. I understand that the live stream will be up and running for that meeting, so if you are interested in watching, they have a Facebook page under Dumont Joint Land Use Board, so you can look for them, subscribe, or like the page, and you should be able to see the live stream if there's any applications being handled that night. Finance, the next Finance Committee meeting is on September 16th. We'll be reviewing our current budget status with all the departments and committees and starting our plans for next year's budget as well. Just another couple of announcements regarding town events. I do want to mention that the Labor Day weekend, the Dumont Community Group had the 5K, which was a really great event at the high school. There was I think there was over 200 people that ran in the 5K. 260, 361,
Yep.
highest yet. So thank you to all the volunteers that put that together. thank you to the police department that did a fantastic job keeping the roads closed and the runners safe. To all the volunteers that served as spotters, it was a really fun time for everybody that participated. And coming up tomorrow night, the fire department, in coordination with the borough, is holding a 9/11 remembrance ceremony at Memorial Park beginning at 6:30. So everybody is invited to attend that. So that's all for my reports. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Kelly. Councilman LaBarbera.
I have nothing to report this week. Thank you.
Councilwoman Stewart.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, we do have an event coming up this month with the Cultural Affairs Committee on 9/27 at the Senior Center. We'll be holding our annual Latin Fest, 5 to 8 in the evening. All are welcome to attend. There's no dollar amount. There will be music, there will be entertainment, so that is 9/27 from 5 to 8 in the evening at the Senior Center. You covered 9/11. Police committee report for tonight. We had 1,600 calls for service, 94 calls for medical service, 36 calls for fires, fire alarms, reported fires, and carbon monoxide activations, 5 calls for commitment. Patrol report. Patrol issued 71 traffic summonses, 18 parking, 52 moving. 27 motor vehicle crashes were investigated. 14 burglar alarms were responded to. 3 warrants were served or executed. 6,919 miles traveled for patrol activities. And remember, we're a 1-mile square community. That's how we wear out our cars. 7 streetlights and 2 decorative lights not functioning were identified for repair. 3 car seats were installed or checked. Detective Bureau had 6 total arrests, 2 for simple assault, domestic violence, 1 contempt of court, 1 harassment, and 1 DWI. 1 for bad checks and 1 for criminal mischief. And I just want to highlight the next number because it's really ravaging our entire our community and communities everywhere. There were 20 domestic violence instances investigated this month. And the numbers are just through the roof everywhere on domestic violence. And it's something that we should be, if you see something, say something. And that is the end of my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman Stewart. We're going to move on to our administrator's report.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to reiterate Dumont Day. I want to thank everyone who contributed to making the day a great success, including Tony Como for organizing the event, all of the vendors and organizations who participated, our police, fire, and ambulance corps, the borough employees who assisted our recycling coordinator, Rebecca Vasquez, at our table educating the public on the benefits of recycling. The DPW staff did a great job with the setup, cleanup, and keeping the park tidy throughout the event. And I just want to commend our Dumont Police Department for not only ensuring the safety of our residents throughout the day, but also positively engaging with the community. I saw many of them walking around, and it was just really cute to see all the little kids running up to them. It was really nice. Our borough-wide tax reassessment is still underway. We continue to add information to the tab on our website for the residents. Thank you, Mayor. You had helped us get some additional information to put up there. As far as our roads in town, we had a pre-construction meeting on September 3rd with DLS Paving regarding the 2024 Riverside Co-op road paving project, which is scheduled to begin the week of September 23rd. This is the Mill and Pave project on Juniper, Harrison, Brookfield, Medford, Roxbury, and Andover. Prospect Avenue Improvements Project for phases 1, 2, and 3. The bid opening will be held on September 25th at 11 a.m. here at Borough Hall. This is going to be a spring 2025 project. Knickerbocker Road, the project is underway. The paving began this week. I'm sure you'll notice detours and extra traffic along Washington Avenue. Parks, our Berkeley Park pickleball courts were tested for the ponding. Any areas of concern were addressed. The posts were installed, and the courts are in the process of being painted right now. The fencing will be installed after. Memorial Park, the sand pit has been paved, and that part of the project is complete. I met with members of the DPW union regarding their contract negotiations on September 4th. Our goal is to have their contract concluded by next month. Tomorrow we have an intern starting here at Borough Hall from Bergen Tech Academies. He is a cybersecurity major and a Dumont resident. So we look forward to welcoming him here at the borough. He's going to be working for us every Wednesday here until June. And this Thursday, we will be having a meeting with members of the library and board of trustees to start planning for their 100th celebration, which will be next year in 2025. And we've also begun planning for our Halloween festival, which will be a trunk or treat again. It was very successful last year. I think the community really enjoyed it. And that will be scheduled for Wednesday, October 30th from 6 to 8 p.m. If anyone would like to participate and have their organization or business do a trunk, please contact Tony Como. And that concludes my report. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor, if I might add something that I did neglect to mention. The ambulance corps is reinstating their Christmas tree sales this year, thank goodness. They weren't able to do it last year. And I'm reaching out for volunteers to help them make it happen. We're really lowly staffed, you know, we don't have an abundance of people. So if you have some time and you'd like to reach out and help and volunteer some time for the Christmas tree sales, you know, DVAC does a tremendous job for our community, and it's one way we can help pay them back. Thank you.
Yeah, if I, just to piggyback on that, just to give an idea of how much time the ambulance corps puts in, I think they responded to over 16 calls throughout the Dumont day and that evening. So a crazy amount of work. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to move on to our CFO's report. Mr. Rutsch?
Thank you, Mayor. Just wanted to do a quick review of the borough did receive 2023 audit. The good news, we have reduced the amount of comments that we had in 2023. As you'll remember, in 2022, we had 12 comments and recommendations that we had to address. Here in 2023, we improved that number from 12 to 7. So definitely a major improvement in the course of the year.
you, Mr. Rutch. Next up, is engineers report. Mr. Tenkate.
Pete, they're still having trouble hearing you. If you may be a little closer to the mic, that volume might be a little low.
The Locust Ave sewer, we still have a manhole to repair, and that's supposed to be finished next week. We continue to work on the municipal stormwater permitting requirements. Janine reported on the Prospect Avenue bids being taken on the 25th. We are working on the plan for the railroad crossing of Columbia Avenue as part of the agreement with CSX Railroad. So we're working on the sidewalk design, and they're paying for the construction. The borough's paying for the design. As Janine reported, we had a pre-construction meeting on the co-op program. I've tried to reach out to public service because we hear they may have a gas main replacement program coming in, but they haven't responded to my email. I'm going to follow up with them. And they do still plan on starting September 23. That's DLS contracting. And we continue to work on the sewer repairs, getting ready for a bid package for the downstairs sewer. And that's my projects.
Thank you, Pete. Next up, attorney's report.
Thank you. I'll be brief. I did a lot of work since the last meeting with the ordinance committee and coming up with ordinances, specifically certain ones that were requested and at work with the police department. You'll see a few of those on the agenda tonight. There's a number of them on, and when we get to the ordinances, I'll recap specifically what those are. And in the coming meeting, I've done work with REC and ordinance committee, and there'll be some more meetings coming up. And on the litigation, we're trying to wrap up a few of the cases, and by next meeting, I should be able to have a report on that. That's all for now, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Janine, you're up.
All items with an asterisk are considered to be non-controversial by the council and will be approved by one motion. There may be further discussion prior to the vote upon request of a council member or member of the public. Any item may be removed for further discussion or roll call vote and will be considered in its normal sequence as part of the general order of business. Resolutions 24-242, bills list. 243, approval of Borough Hall internship. 244, authorize fiscal year 24 Bergen County CDBG application for Marion Avenue resurfacing project. 245, approval of Acuity Consulting's professional services proposal for area in need of redevelopment study. 246, authorization to advertise for RFQs for special counsel for affordable housing and redevelopment. 247, approval of Dumont Little League Shake the Can event. 248, authorization of 100% veteran tax exemption, Block 708, Lot 29. 249, authorization of 100% veteran tax exemption, Block 212, Lot 42. 250, appoint Akari and Iovino as Borough Architect. 251, approve hiring of crossing guards. 252, adopt General Government Records Council Oprah form. 253, refund raffle permit fees to Bergen County Irish. 254, refund of trust developer escrow. 255, authorization to clear sale dated checks. 256, certification of 2023 audit. 257, 2023 audit corrective action plan. 258, purchase replacement computer server for Borough Hall. 261, approval of revised townwide garage sale dates. 262, accept Braden Tesser's probationary firefighter application.
Thank you, Janine. We have any comments from the council? No? Okay. Can I have a motion to open to the public on consent agenda items?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're open to the public on consent agenda items only.
Hi, Mary Ann Rossini. I just have a general question on the 100% veterans tax exempt. Like, is there criteria that I could find? Like, how, does all the towns do it? Is it statewide? Do we get state refund? What do you have to do?
So it was created under New Jersey code. It's based on VA 100% disability declaration, but it's not in any way funded by the state or anything like that. So when a property becomes 100%, when there's an owner, I think even in some cases a tenant or residency becomes 100% disabled, they no longer pay any property tax, not the school or the municipality. So you've seen the number of them in the past year. There's probably been over a dozen of them.
Right.
A year and a half, over a dozen have come through. So yeah, it's becoming. You're noticing more of them now because the rules had changed within the last couple of years to allow for. Used to be that they had to be disabled during a war or a conflict. Now it's during their active service. So you're seeing a lot more people become qualified for the 100% disability.
Okay. Now, do we pay a percentage of our taxes to the county? You know, like so do we still have to pay a percentage to the county on those houses?
Yes.
Or, so why should the county get money if we're not getting money?
And the state doesn't give us anything either. And it's a state program that we're forced to do. I mean, you know, I agree with it. We should definitely do everything for the veterans, but the state should definitely help us out.
Right.
But-
And listen, I'm not against it. Don't hope whoever's listening or whatever, I'm not against it. It's just, you know, it's now we're not getting the tax, and now we're also paying out tax money that we're not receiving.
Mary Ann, I'm going to ask our tax assessor, Mr. Anzavino, if that is indeed the case, because I also have the same question about the school levy, whether
Yeah.
those houses are included in the total valuation for the town. So if the town is paying, you know, the county tax for those homes and the school levy, essentially we're all sharing that, you know, that cost. But I'd like to get that verified from
And
him.
especially if they have no kids in the house, then why should we pay that portion? But now, have we addressed that with the state? I mean, have we ever talked to any of the other, you know, maybe the senators or any of those guys that?
We haven't. It is on something that I'm interested in doing. I know that there have been a few towns. I believe Tom's River is one town that's been affected with over 100% disability exemptions in the recent years. Towns that are particularly close to military bases also have a higher than normal amount, and they've asked the state for relief. So far, there's been no answer.
Right.
There was a bill that never made it out of committee to address it, to fund it. It didn't get past like the financial impact stage.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Okay, seeing no one else, can I have a motion to close to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can I have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
So moved.
Council members Aponte,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
LaBarbera, Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, now we're going to move on to our non-consent agenda items.
Resolution 24-259, approval of Dumont Elks off-premise 50/50 cash raffle license application.
Can I have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
Council members Aponte,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
LaBarbera,
Yes.
Stewart.
Abstain.
Resolution 24-260, approval of Dumont Elks on-premise merchandise license application.
Can I have a motion to adopt Resolution 24-260?
Motion.
Second.
Council members Aponte,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
LaBarbera, Stewart.
Abstain.
Okay, we're going to move on to ordinances now. So ordinance number 1637, bond ordinance to authorize the undertaking of municipal building repair and cost recovery project in, by, and for the Borough of Dumont to appropriate the sum of $1.5 million to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of a bond anticipation of the issuance of such bonds. Can I have a motion to waive the formal reading?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We have any discussion from the council?
Mayor, if I can just talk briefly about this. Again, we are just adopting this. Again, there was a misprint by the record about the date of adoption for the original adoption of the ordinance, so we just have to kind of go through the motions one more time. It doesn't hold anything up. Again, and this is our capital bond ordinance for the municipal building repair and cost recovery project to do the work here within the building for $1.5 million.
And the record got it right this time, right? Okay, good. All right, so can I have a motion to open to the public?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, seeing no one, can I have a motion to close to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can I have a motion to adopt on the second reading?
Second.
Council members Aponte,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
LaBarbera, Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're on to our next ordinance, number 1640, ordinance amending Chapter 21-13 of the Dumont Borough Code, limiting use of streets to certain vehicles. Can I have a motion to waive the formal reading?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Discussion from the council? This ordinance is going to place weight restrictions and also no through traffic on various streets in town. Can I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, can I have a motion to close to the public?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I have a motion to adopt on the second reading?
So moved.
Second.
Council members Aponte,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
LaBarbera,
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to a first reading of ordinance number 1641, ordinance to amend, revise, and supplement ordinance number 1588 and its progenies as the establishment of certain compensation ranges and related items for certain officers and employees. Can I have a motion to waive the formal reading?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have any discussions from the council?
I think this is just a general, explanation. This is just to bring our salary ordinance in line with some of the annual raise amounts. They had not, been adjusted to compensate for the yearly raise. So I think that's an short explanation, but.
Thank you, Councilman Kelly. Okay, so can I have a motion to, what's wrong with my place here? All right, motion to pass? Yes. Okay, so motion to pass on the first reading?
So moved.
Second.
Council members Aponte,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
LaBarbera,
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, now we're going to move on to the first reading of ordinance number 1642, ordinance to repeal the Borough Ordinance 289-3, loitering or creating a disturbance while under the influence of intoxicating liquor.
And I'll jump in. This was a request from the municipal judge and the court administrator, and I agreed with them when I evaluated the request. It's basically a so-called public intoxication law. The Supreme Court has ruled those illegal. It's my understanding the police weren't really writing it anyway. It might have happened once or twice. But the conduct, the general creating a disturbance conduct in that ordinance is in 289-13 anyway. So this just strikes the unconstitutional part of the public intox, which is basically just existing in public drunk. Anything with creating a disturbance is still in violation of ordinance 289-13. So this just cleans it up.
Thank you, Jared. Can I have a motion to waive the formal reading?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have any discussion from the council? No? Can I have a motion to pass on the first reading?
Motion.
So moved.
Second.
Council members Aponte,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
LaBarbera,
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, we have another first reading, ordinance number 1643, ordinance to establishing Chapter 21-3.1 of the Dumont Borough Code, establish prohibition of covered vehicles ordinance parked on public streets or in public parking lots in the Borough of Dumont.
This was another one in consultation and request with the police department, and I also modeled several different towns' ordinance to come up with the appropriate language. What this involves is the Dumont will soon be using them. Other towns use them already. Dumont will soon be using license plate scan readers. And what happens is if you cover your car while it's parked on a public street, the scanners aren't able to read the license plate. So it's become a deterrence. This does not apply to your driveway or private property. It applies to cars parked on public streets. And obviously you can't drive with the covered vehicles anyway, but this prohibits parking with your vehicle covered on a public parking lot or public street.
Thank you, Jared. Can I have a motion to waive the formal reading?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion from the council? Okay, can I have a motion to pass on the first reading?
Second.
Second.
Council members Aponte,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
LaBarbera, Stewart.
Yes.
All right, so this is our last one for tonight. Ordinance number 1644, ordinance establishing Chapter 289-16.2, providing the borough clerk to be the issuing authority for approving bingo, raffle, and games of chance licenses.
And I'll jump in on this one. The ordinance committee has been discussing this for a little bit of time now. As you see, almost every meeting, we have a few resolutions regarding approval of an application for a raffle. There was a few from the Elks tonight. What this does is allow the borough clerk to be the authority to approve those without it having to come to the mayor and council for resolution. It makes it more efficient. It speeds it up so they don't have to wait. Sometimes if there's only a council meeting once a month, they have to wait a month and a half or more for the process. Other towns have done it this way, and the ordinance committee thought it would make a more efficient process. Janine, I don't know if you wanted to jump
Yes,
in anymore.
I just want to thank the council for putting this on the agenda tonight. It makes things more efficient for my office. And I think all of the organizations in town as well. I mean, we have, you know, the Elks, the Knights, the PTOs. They come in and they want to run a raffle just for project graduation or something, and, you know, it takes them, they can't run it because they've missed the meeting and their deadline passes. And really, it's a process that we learn when we get our registered municipal clerk's license. We know how to look at the application, what needs to be done to process it. It's really just a boilerplate resolution the governing body is passing. So they will be informed of when these applications come in. They'll receive an email. It's not that the governing body won't know about the applications. It's just I can move it along. It goes to the state legalized games of chance control commission for final approval. It just helps me get it to them quicker for approval so these organizations can hold their raffles. So
And I
thank
know on
you.
behalf of the organizations I'm parts of, we've had some deadlines we've missed, and this is a huge help. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, this is a very good ordinance. Okay, can I have a motion to waive the formal reading?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Discussions from the council? Okay, can I have a motion to pass on the first reading?
So moved.
Second?
Council members Aponte,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
LaBarbera,
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Okay, can I have a motion to open to the public for general comments?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're open for general comments.
I'm not sure that mic's working.
Testing 1, 2. Can you hear it?
She turned it up, yeah.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
2 items.
Okay. Do I? I
Can you
don't know the
just state your
protocol.
name, please?
David Lang, my wife.
Diane Lang.
Residents of Dumont. One concern we had, and it's a reoccurring issue on our street. We live on White Beaches Drive, between Bedford and Berkeley. It's a reoccurring problem every year. There must be an underground stream. Water just comes up, and I've got photos of it. Ice, and actually it's at my house.
We have an ice
Congregates.
chopper, and you can't get through it with
It's
the ice
thick.
chopper. It's like this thick when the weather is bad.
So I'm aware that we don't have a sewer line. All the water travels from Bedford, Berkeley to Bedford, downstream. So the sewer is actually at the end of the block. We're right in the middle of the block. So this water is just finding, and they keep patching the road.
They just patched the road. We could show you where it opens
Right.
up every winter.
I
And
contacted.
the water bubbles up.
I
and-
contacted the police because of a safety issue, and I'm not a complainer, but when
I'm
common
afraid
sense.
I'm gonna break my neck out there.
So the police came and yes, they looked at it and they could see the ice, and it's a rather large buildup. And I've driven around town. I'm a jogger. I've ran every block in this town, so I know every street. Anyway, ours seems to have this ice problem. So I don't know. I'm not an engineer, so I don't know what the fix is. All I know it's just a safety issue. So I don't want to see something happen and then it becomes another issue.
If
I-
there's something you could do before the winter, or
Yeah, I
when it
don't know.
happens in the winter, I know the water company has come to look at it, and they think there might be a leak in a main or something, but nobody, this is like 5 years we've been calling,
Obviously,
and,
some probing has to be done.
Is there a fire hydrant or anything nearby?
yeah, we have a
hydrant
fire hydrant in
right
front of our house, but it's not coming from there, it's
coming
coming
from
from
the-
the middle of the
The
street.
middle of the road. And you can see, and it continues to get patched. So DPW is good, if there's a rut, they're trying to keep it smooth, but, that's a Band-Aid on a problem that obviously is there. So I just bring it to your attention. I don't know what can be done.
What's the address again?
We're 36. White Beaches Drive. So it's
And the ice just seems to
congregate there.
right in front of our driveway. I mean, you drive your car, and at the bottom of the driveway, it's just
Oh, it's rather thick.
a sheet of
And I
ice.
do have photos, so if you care to see them. So that was issue number one, and you want to take issue number two.
Issue number 2, we recently had our house appraised by an independent appraiser, and he told us that, well, actually, it was last May, and he told us that the town had us with the wrong square footage. So I went down to Jim, sweetheart of a guy, and he really felt for us, but he said, well, you're listed as a 2-story house. I said, Jim, it's a ranch. So he looked it up, and he said, yeah, it is a ranch. So we found out that we've been paying $3,000 a year, too much, for 10 years. I mean, the total came to $32,000. And I said to Jim, well, can you fix this for, he goes, well, it's May. You had until April to appeal. So now we had to pay a whole other year on an amount that we knew was wrong. Nothing we could do about it. So the new guy just came to remeasure. Now, we paid this assessor, and I have his measurements. And this reassessor guy came, and he's got us for a little bit more than the first guy. I said, look, I paid this guy. You're using a laser thing. He used a big tape measure, and he measured this house top to bottom. And so he said, no, it's right. The laser's right. I just don't want to be wrong again, but also we want to know if there's anything we can do to get some of that money back, or to have us maybe an abatement for the next couple of years for a certain amount, because I've been trying to put an addition on my house for years, and I can't do it, and that $32,000 would have put me over the top to do it.
So I guess we don't know the protocol.
So I represent the town, so I can't give independent, specific legal advice on each property. What I can say is that the deadline to file a tax appeal each year is April 1st at the county. That can change if there's a reeval done and extended out to May 1st, but generally April 1st is the deadline, and that tax appeal can only go back retroactive to the year before. The state law actually prohibits the town from refunding more than that. But if you're unhappy with the assessment, I would say any homeowner has until April 1 to file an appeal that would cover the prior year.
But we didn't know, and we found out about it in May when this guy told us that you guys had us for the wrong square footage. And May was too late. Jim said, well, it's too late to file the appeal. You have to pay this entire year again, knowing it was the wrong amount. And he said you could go and try and sue the assessor,
And again,
but
I
he
can't- I
died
represent
and the company's out of business.
I
Well,
represent
thanks a
the
lot.
town, so certainly we have sympathy for what you're going through, but representing the town, I can't give independent legal advice. You're free to speak to any lawyer for advice on that, but that's about the most I can
So-
say. And the state law is very specific about what the town's allowed to do, even if it wanted to.
So do we have
I'm just
any
going to relay my
recourse?
personal experience because my house was, this is going back 25 years. They had us assessed at having 2 kitchens and 2 fireplaces. And I did appeal. And I won my appeal. I had to go to the county to appeal, though. The borough didn't have any. And there was no, even though I had been paying it for the 15 years I'd been in the house at that point, there was no recourse. I'm hoping you have better luck.
No
That's-
reimbursement.
And that's right, all the appeals are done at the county. You have
You
to
go
serve
before
the
the county.
borough, but the county's where you file it.
And that was just my personal experience, and I am no legal expert. I do not have a legal opinion.
So who do we talk to in the county?
The county's also not going to give you legal advice on it. You really have to talk to a tax appeal lawyer. There's plenty of advertisements when it comes to that season. Usually they'll give a free consultation, but that's really who you have to talk to as a private attorney, or there's some appraisers and non-attorneys that do it too, but mostly tax appeal attorneys, because the county will tell you how to fill out the paperwork and when it's due, but they're not going to give you advice other than fill this out.
Well, I called a real estate attorney, and he said, I've never heard of anything like that. I don't even know what to tell you to do.
But the town can't knowing that this happened to us, the town can't do anything in the future, let's say, to reduce something to help the overpayment.
Not on a
Just asking.
Not on a specific case-by-case
So we
basis.
lose, right?
But they can go back, 1 calendar year is what they can go back.
1 year. But I
Yeah.
mean, I'm saying, knowing that we paid in excess of $30,000, there's nothing the town can do, knowing that that happened to us.
The state law prevents it, unfortunately.
So, nothing.
So I will give you a piece of advice, because Jim said, well, look at your square footage, it's on your tax bill. Well, guess what? No, it isn't. So maybe when you send those tax bills out, you
Or-
can put the square footage on there,
would be
because
nice-
it's not there.
Then I would suggest whoever's doing these audits be more accurate, because it obviously worked in the favor for the town, not for us. So it would make sense to make sure this is being done accurately. I don't think any of you would appreciate losing that kind of money. And we're honest people. We're here over
40 years.
40 years, you know. We paid every bill, so it hurts. And now we're stuck. So, you know,
So just
hope no one
comment,
else gets stuck.
if I could just comment on that, and I'm sorry that that happened.
It's a lot of
I
money.
know, you know, we're obligated to follow,
I know.
you know, the laws that govern taxes in New Jersey and county. I will say, although it's not on the card that's mailed out to you, in the tax office, every home there's a tax card, they call it, maintained for your property. And every resident has the right to access that and see it. That does have the dimensions for, you know, the size of the rooms, the size of a deck. And so I encourage people to look at that, because mistakes are made.
Maybe they should put that in writing in bold print to make sure everybody knows that they should double check, so nobody gets this happen to them, right? Because the average person doesn't, I don't know, I trusted that they were doing the right thing.
We can look into that and see
You
if
know what
we
I
can
mean?
put
But
it on the
they had
card
us
Might
for a
make sense.
two-story house, and we live in a ranch. How could you make a mistake like that? That boggles my mind.
All right, so, all right. All right,
Thank you, yeah.
thank you. for
Thank
your-
you.
Maybe we can put that on the website tab, Janine, like just that, you know, you can access your tax card at the borough, so, just so people can go see it, you know.
And also see if we could possibly put it on the card that we send out, the square footage we have on file. Possible, right?
Good idea.
Okay, seeing no one else? Oh,
I'm Carla Sino. I live at 22 East Quackenbush Avenue. I also have a business there.
I'm sorry, what is your name?
Carla Sino, C-I-N-O. And I have a business, Carla Sino Realtors. I've been in town since 2009. Recently moved my residence and business in January of this year. I have a couple of things. One thing I'm concerned about is the fact you're building pickleball courts. I'm an avid racquetball player. I know a lot of pickleball players, but I also know the grief that a lot of towns are going through with complaints from residents about the noise. And I think you guys got to get prepared for those complaints to come in. Pickleball's noisy. It's like hitting a wiffle ball with a racket, but a solid racket. And it drives people crazy. So you're going to have to limit, in my estimation, the hours that it can be played. Like not after 8 o'clock when little kids are in bed, you know, Sunday afternoon, whatever, but I know you're going to get complaints. And that's just a statement from me. I don't play pickleball. Another thing I brought up at last meeting was the tree by the senior center. And Attorney Geist asked me, has it been addressed? I said, I don't know, I didn't go look. Does anyone know if it has been removed?
I actually, I spoke to our DPW superintendent today. That was on the list to be removed. So I don't know if they've gotten to it yet. He was gonna look into it, but it is definitely on the list
Okay,
for
because
removal.
it's really
Yes.
dangerous. A third thing that I've noticed, because I'm on the roads a lot doing my business, the motorized bicycles that teenagers or young people under the age of 18 are driving on the sidewalks, those things go up to 28 miles an hour. And if someone's going along with a walker and something like that's coming at them, it's going to freak them out. I was on a street recently. There were 3 boys on these bikes going the wrong way on the street, coming straight at me. I put my flashers on, I stopped, and I said, guys, single file to the right. Bicycles have to obey the same laws as vehicles do. No helmets on these kids either. So they're looking to have a brain concussion or a nasty accident. But I don't know if town by town or county by county or state by state can make an amendment to your ordinances, or if you have to go through the DMV, I don't know. But I know it's an ongoing problem, and I've talked to a lot of senior citizens that have been very frightened by this. The scooters and the motorized bicycles.
Thank you, and with the tree, like our clerk and administrator, Janine said, we put it on the list, so if it's not done, if it's not
really
done yet, it
important.
will be. And on the motorized scooters, there is a state law that governs those. However, it doesn't mean that we can't limit certain streets and do some regulations, so the ordinance committee can discuss that. There is a state ordinance on defining how many miles an hour they're allowed to be and what defines that, and frankly, I think it's a little too generous and it is dangerous, but we can talk with the ordinance committee to see what we can and can't do to
What
limit
I do
it.
notice is after school hours, they're riding 2 abreast on the sidewalk. They're flying, and it's extremely dangerous. That's all I have to say on that.
I completely agree with you. I think it's reckless, and I think something does need to be done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, seeing no one else, can I have a motion to close to the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have any comments from the council? No?
No, I hope to see everyone tomorrow night at the 9/11
Yes,
ceremony.
we will all be there. So, all right, so can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, good night, everyone, and God bless.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.